Have you ever said something in English, and the moment someone disagreed, your mind just froze? You smiled awkwardly, maybe nodded, even though inside you were thinking, I know what I want to say, I just can't say it right now. That small silence, that few seconds of panic, can feel like forever, right? Today, I'm going to show you one simple and powerful sentence that changes that moment forever. But first, I want you to imagine this. You're in a conversation, maybe with a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger. You're explaining your opinion about something, maybe a movie, maybe your work, and then they suddenly say, I don't think so. Most English learners start to feel nervous at that line. You can literally feel your confidence drop. Your thoughts start racing. What do I say now? What if I sound rude? What if I make a mistake? But here's the truth. Fluent English speakers don't panic when someone disagrees. They listen, pause, and then use one powerful sentence that shows both confidence and respect. That sentence is, that's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that? Now you might think, Alex, that's too simple. But trust me, this one line changes everything. It keeps the conversation alive, makes you sound calm and confident, and most importantly, gives you time to think in English while the other person is talking. You see, most people think fluency means speaking fast or using big vocabulary words, but real fluency is about staying relaxed under pressure. When someone disagrees, it's not a language problem, it's an emotional one. You start to feel judged. You start to feel that your English isn't enough. But the moment you use this sentence, that's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that? You instantly turn the spotlight away from yourself. You make the other person talk. You take back control of the moment without sounding defensive. And that's the real secret of confident communication. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, when I first started speaking English at work, I used to panic whenever someone disagreed with me. My heart would beat faster, my mouth would go dry, and I'd either stay quiet or mumble something random just to end the conversation. But one day, I watched a native speaker handle the same situation. Someone told her, I don't think that's true, and she just smiled and said, that's interesting. What makes you think that? The whole energy in the room changed. No tension, no awkwardness, just curiosity. And I realized something. Confidence is not about knowing every word. It's about knowing how to stay calm when things don't go your way. When you use that line, that's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that? Three things happen instantly. First, you sound respectful. You're not fighting, you're inviting. That makes people like you more. Second, it gives you time. While the other person is explaining, your brain gets a few seconds to organize your next sentence in English. And third, you gain emotional control. Instead of reacting, you're responding. And that small difference is what makes you sound fluent. You can even play with tone. You could say it softly, with curiosity. That's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that? Or if you want to sound more professional, you can say, that's an interesting point. I'd love to understand your view better. Both versions are natural. Both show emotional maturity. And here's the best part. You can use it anywhere. At work, in interviews, in debates, even in small talk. But let's make it real. Let's do a quick example. Imagine someone says, I think your idea won't work. Most learners feel that pressure, right? Instead of defending yourself right away, take a breath and say, that's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that? Now, while they explain, you listen. You make eye contact. You nod. You buy yourself time. And when they finish, you can calmly respond. I see your point. I think if we combine both ideas, it could work better. That's it. You've just turned disagreement into collaboration. You've shown leadership, not just language. Because confidence in English isn't built in grammar books. It's built in small, brave moments like this, when you don't run away from the conversation, but step into it. Here's something I want you to remember. When someone disagrees, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean your English is weak. It simply means you're part of a real conversation. And real conversations are never perfect. They're messy, emotional, and sometimes uncomfortable. But that's exactly how you grow. Every time you face a disagreement in English and stay calm, you build a muscle, the confidence muscle. And the more you use it, the stronger it gets. So next time, instead of freezing, use that one line. And if you want to make it even more powerful, add a small smile. Smile is universal. It breaks tension instantly. You might be surprised how people open up when they see you're genuinely curious, not defensive. Now, some of you might be thinking, Alex, what if I forget the exact sentence? That's okay. You can say it in your own way. You can try, "Oh, that's a good point. Why do you think so?" Or, "I see what you mean. Can you explain a bit more?" The key is to keep the emotion of curiosity alive. You don't need perfect grammar. You need presence. You need that small moment of calm when everyone else expects panic. That's what makes you stand out. That's what makes people remember you. So how can you practice this skill? Simple. Start small. Watch any YouTube video where people are debating, maybe news, maybe interviews, and pause when someone disagrees. Then imagine it's you, and practice saying, "That's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that?" Say it out loud. Repeat it with different tones. Make it sound natural. Then, in your real life, try it once a day. Maybe with a friend, maybe at work, maybe online. The first time you use it, you'll feel nervous. The second time, it'll be easier. And by the 10th time, it'll be automatic. You'll start noticing how people treat you differently, with more respect, more patience, more trust. Because confident communication is contagious. Let me tell you something I wish someone told me earlier. People don't remember your grammar. They remember how you make them feel. And when you respond calmly to disagreement, you make them feel heard. You make them feel safe to talk to you. And that's what great communicators do. They create space for others, even when they're not being agreed with. So never be afraid of disagreement. Be afraid of silence, the kind of silence that stops you from expressing your thoughts. Break that silence with curiosity. Lead the conversation with calmness. And if you ever forget what to say, remember this one powerful line that always works. "That's interesting. Can you tell me more about why you think that?" So today, I challenge you, use this line once. Just once. Maybe with your teacher, maybe with your boss, maybe in an online chat. And then notice what happens. You'll feel that shift inside, from fear to freedom. Because every time you face a disagreement and stay calm, you're not just learning English, you're mastering confidence. And when confidence becomes your language, fluency becomes effortless. This is Alex from Talks with Nikhil, helping you speak English with real confidence.